All right, in this very special episode of the Confidants, I wrote a majority of the notes,
You did.
and I tried to do it like in words that Fither would understand.
Because he always bullies me for my notes. My notes are good, but he just doesn't get them. So here's some of the notes he came up with. Cake, white, fat, white, guilt girl. That's a note. Kind of she-host confidant. This one's my favorite. What a friend.
What a friend.
What a story, Mark. I don't even understand what this one means.
It's her ultimate persona is designed after Durango from Yatterman, who's kind of like a Jesse from Pokemon, or
I think I've
Robbie
seen
Rotten
her.
from Lazy Town.
I thought you were gonna say Robbie Rotten from BlazBlue.
No!
Yo,
Robbie
put
Rotten
him in cross. Yeah.
But yeah, she was also in Durango was in Tatsunoko versus Capcom, and that's where you might recognize her if you were one of the 12 people who bought that good game. And then Fither added initial impressions, lovers characters in the past.
This one's my favorite.
Tomboy, but not such a tomboy.
Such a tomboy. Wowzers.
Yeah.
Like
Wowzers.
Wah.
Hard to say where my initial impressions are on start, because there's like the pre-release Persona 5 initial impressions,
Yeah.
which did not paint the best picture of her. And then there was the playing Persona 5.
Yeah, they are
impressions.
two different things.
Yeah, like the absolute, like as far back as you can go, when we first saw an image of her, I thought she was going to be the worst character ever.
As did I. Like, you ever see a character and your first thought is, I understand you completely. I know how you're gonna turn out. That's what I was thinking with An. Like, I was picturing in my head, you are like some kind of weird Yukari personality, but like Rise character arc, like hybrid monstrosity, and you will be the worst creation that mankind has ever thought up.
Yeah, and this just created like the nightmare character.
I was terrified of her.
Yeah.
I really was.
Yeah, like I'd wake up in the middle of the night, like in a cold sweat, and be like, I saw that character who's probably the Lover's Arcana.
Dude, she totally was. She looked like such a The Lovers character that it was painful.
Yeah. But then the game came out. She was different than how I expected her to be, in a good way. Honestly, one of the best Lover's Arcana characters, probably since like Lisa.
I haven't finished Persona 2, so I don't want to say quite yet, but she's definitely better than Yukari or Rise.
There's like part of me that just knows. Treasure her while she lasts.
Because they'll change her.
Yeah.
Or
like,
not necessarily change her, but like take her down a different path, so to speak.
Because I see her, and she's a great character, but I see a lot of small traits on her that can be exaggerated into a terrible character.
Right. So here one trait is acting. Like, she does a thing where she acts. I remember she only did this like twice, maybe a third time. Is once when she's trying to fool Yusuke and when we're on the ship.
There's some in between then.
Well, those are two big ones I remember.
Yeah, and there's a joke there. There's a running joke there.
Absolutely.
Where she is bad at acting.
Right, and that will be funny forever, because Atlas does this weird thing where they'll make a character say something just completely, like, just makes sense. It's like a thing a human would say. Like, Adachi with the cabbage, because cabbage is cheap and Adachi's a bachelor, so of course he's gonna buy cabbage, right? There's no grandiose thought that goes into this. And for whatever reason, we just think that is the funniest thing I've ever heard. Right? And then Atlas sees that these stupid idiots that are buying our product think that's funny. Let's put more of it in. Yeah, and the other thing is, like, the shit with the sweets and the cake.
Yeah, that is another trait that's just going to become awful.
That's gonna get worse.
Yeah.
I see that one being like the Chie, I love meat
And
thing.
Adachi cabbages.
Yeah, that's gonna be like the meme.
It's that those two traits I feel are going to be what they focus on, and that terrifies me.
Right, that will be on, most likely in Persona Q2 and future Persona 5 spin-offs.
When she first spoke, she was surprisingly not awful.
See, the very first interactions you have with An are pretty negative, but that's more just because of Kamoshida and Shiho and, like, just the situation, right? So, for me, that kind of painted a negative picture in my head initially of, oh god, she's cunty. Like, she's gonna be a Yukari type. Where she gets better at the end of it, but there's always that, like, you're a real cunt kind of animosity towards her.
Yeah. But
she actually becomes much better and becomes one of my favorite, like, Persona 5 females that is not my waifu, if that makes sense.
I do see what you were saying, where she is kind of a cunt in the beginning, but unlike other times where characters were kind of a cunt and it's explained later on why that was so, you can already see why she's acting the way she's acting, and you can already tell, yeah, she's going to get better. Not there wasn't a minute where I was like, this is going to be her the rest of the game. I was all like, all right, since we're done with this, I got to know her. And then I got to know her, and she was really fun.
I really enjoy An's character, because I'm so used to the lover's character being like this really repulsive life form. Like, we express our opinions on Yukari so much it's not even funny, and same with Rise.
I think that Yukari's, like, neutral.
I strongly dislike Yukari, because she just feels like a real woman to me, and that's really unpleasant.
It's Rise that I have, like, negative feelings towards. But mostly just because her being an idol got brought up later on.
Yeah.
And I didn't like her character arc all that much.
Yeah. There's, like, this weird fakeness, I guess, to some of the character development in Persona 4, where it's like, I fought and beat my shadow, who's like a physical manifestation of my, like, problems and things I'm trying to repress, and then they still have the same problems. Which,
they've accepted they have a problem. They haven't overcome it.
Right, that's what I mean. But it's just weird, because, like, Rise goes through this whole weird process where it's like, no, I don't want to be an idol or whatever. And then it's like, actually I do. No, I don't. Yes, I do. And then Persona 4 dancing all night. It's like, please make up your mind at least.
I'd be perfectly fine if she just said, I want to be an idol, and stuck with it. And I'd be perfectly fine if she said, I don't want to be an idol, and stuck with it.
Yeah, it's like, you can't do this flip-flop shit. You need to make up your mind.
An seems to have her plan figured out from the start.
Yeah, more or less.
And she carries it out.
Yeah, not in like a I see my life 20 years down the road kind of thing, but it's like I'll do modeling as a little side gig and I'll see where it gets me type of thing.
Yeah, and she wants to become an actress.
Yeah, she's dealing more with like the problem with that all the Persona 5 characters are kind of feeling with is this feeling of being like just wanting to rebel against the system and say fuck you to like all of society. And so I think that's a much better theme, I guess, than the weird, like, half I've accepted the truth kind of shit they were trying to do in Persona 4. Just because it feels more natural.
And since we're talking about her character, your third thing, tomboy, but not such a tomboy like GA.
Yeah. The one type of character that I really don't like is, like, the, look at me, I'm a tomboy character.
You don't like Kagura from Azumanga Daioh?
She's okay, but I don't feel like it's forced, right? Like, that's just what she's into, is running and sports and all.
Yeah.
But with Chie, it's like, I don't know how to describe it. It just doesn't feel quite right. Like, yeah, that's her personality, but it feels like that, like, was designed to be...
She was trying to push it.
Right. She's trying too hard to be that.
Yeah.
Whereas with An is actually, like, really, really cool.
Yeah, and she is not, like, a tomboy. She is a girl. She likes girl things.
Yeah, she models, she likes sweets or whatever. Fither Sexism 2017. But, like, she does chick stuff, right?
Yeah.
But then also she likes video games, and she purses a lot, and she can hang
casual.
with she can hang with the guys, which is something I like. I think we mentioned this in some video, but the Phantom Thieves are all men from like until Makoto joins.
Yeah.
So that's 4.
And
like
Makoto's basically an asexual android.
Oh, yeah, sure. So she can hang out with the dudes, and it never really comes off as like, look at me, the chick of the group, you know?
Yeah. I know that, like, Yusuke, like, finds out that she's not a feminine beauty. Basically. And decides that he no longer wants to paint her. She gets friend zoned. And
You're right! Fun. She totally does! She totally does!
And that's fun to it's new, it's fresh.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because they like to try to pull this shit where it's like they do like low-key kind of ships, like what they did with Kanji and Naoto and like Yosuke from Persona 4 and Labras, where they kind of allude to it, but they won't actually do it because they have no balls.
Yeah. Where are you going with that?
Where was I going with that? I don't know. I guess it's just funny for them to be like, no, this thing will not happen.
Alright, and now on to the notes I made. I made trash on purpose, totally.
To make fun of me.
Yeah. Alright. So, there's the... Alright. I brought this up a bit earlier, but she likes cake. She likes sweets.
It's true.
Yeah. She does. And they kinda incorporate, like, how that's a problem with her being a model and all.
Yeah.
And there was a brief fear before I, like, advanced her confidant too much that, is this going to be part of it? I hope not. And
it kind of is.
It kind of is, kind of isn't. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's. I think it has less to do with like, sweets, I'm so fat, and more just like an actual self-improvement thing.
Yeah, actual self-improvement is something that I get a lot more from Persona 5's confidants.
Yeah, absolutely.
Persona 4's.
Yeah, if Persona 4 they just talked about the problem, and eventually, it'll fix itself.
Or you fix it temporarily, and then you leave, and the problem will probably come back. With Persona 5, I got a lot more of a sense of these characters improving, and you just being there,
just watching. Yeah, that's why I like Yusuke's confidant and like his name's Ryuji. I keep getting it mixed up with Ryoji. Ryuji.
What's Persona 5 for like having so many similar names?
Yeah, like stop. So, like Ryuji and Yusuke's confidants, because there's an actual feeling of we are getting better at thing we are interested in.
Yeah, and you get that with Ann too. Well, she's not getting better, but she's like
not getting worse.
Yeah. Early on in her confidant, you kind of get a lot of catch up with what's happening with Shiho, and that's something that I feel kind of fills the void of what's happening with Shiho. Is she walking? Is she?
She walking?
She walking?
She got legs?
No, not yet. Okay.
Not really? Alright. I kind of wish Shiho was in the confidant more. Like, Makoto's confidant is pretty much more about, like, I don't even remember her name because she doesn't get a portrait. Her friend she makes, and the asshole boyfriend more than it is about Makoto.
Yeah.
But Shiho is a character that we have a genuine attachment to, who went through really horrible shit. Yeah. Yeah, because she has a face. And so, yeah, I would have liked to see more of Shiho. I don't mean, like, make every confidant, okay, let's go visit Shiho in the hospital every time. But have her show up, like, in 1 or 2 of them.
Maybe at the max.
Yeah.
You get a brief amount of what's happening with Shiho, and that's really all you need. Like, unless you want to, like, see the whole Shiho recovery process.
Which I don't. Like, that's the thing, is like, you know they're either gonna go full blast on it, or not do it at all.
Yeah.
So I guess I'd rather have the 1 or 2 mentions of her than Shiho the confidant and also you fuck on at the end.
That'd be weird.
What?
Like after visiting Shio in the hospital like 9 times, at the end, An's like, "So do you want to fuck?" Would you accept like Shio having her own confidant
Yeah, I would. I would be okay with it.
and spreading her wings?
I thought you were gonna say spreading her legs. I was like, how's she gonna do that one, dude?
I feel it would be like too much though.
What do you mean?
Like too much. Like, oh god, I feel so bad about what's
Don't you
happening.
want like a good, wow, this is fucking miserable confidant like the sun guy in Persona 3, who's just like, I'm going to die? And that's the whole confidant?
Yeah.
Or social link, excuse me?
Oh shit, is that the first time we mixed up?
I think that's the first time I've called a social link a confidant.
Oh my gosh, we're breaking new ground here.
Oh shit, the virus is spreading.
We're like those people who started with Persona 5.
Oh, we're one of them.
I feel like it would just be a miserable time.
I think it would, like, it can start out pretty miserable, but at the end it's pretty nice. You know, you wheel Shiho out of the hospital or something.
And she's all like, I want to live. Like, cued after, like, rank 8, when things start to get
when
better.
she starts to get better, yeah.
Yeah. But ranks 1 through 7, where she wants to die,
Fuck.
like, that would be miserable.
Atlas, if you're listening, when you make Persona 5 the Crimson, or whatever you do, please include Shiho Confidant as the Aeon or something.
That's what you're going with for Aeon?
I don't know who else. There's nobody else she can be. Was she gonna be the Jester? The Hunger?
No, that's gonna be, like, the second Akechi social link. Like, we get 2...
With Cognitive Akechi?
No, it's...
Oh, you mean like Goro after he is revealed to totally be alive?
No, I'm thinking Goro when he...
What?
Like, you have his Justice confidant, and then you have, like, a
Right.
second confidant.
Post, I
No,
lived, bitch,
no.
confidant. What?
They're
Stop!
running
Wait,
at the
you're
same
confusing me.
time.
What? What? Excuse me?
Because fuck you. You wanted more gold.
What?
Back to On.
Stop. Okay.
On gets some fun scenes.
An has particular scenes that made me go from like, I don't really care for this character to wow, I genuinely really like this character.
I like the scene where you had to, like, insult her, I think. The one where she's all like, I need to take words better. Like, that was a dumb scene.
I like the part when she strolls into Yusuke's little shack and has like 90 sweaters on.
That wasn't part of her confidant. But that was fun. And it was stupid.
That was good.
Do you think that was An's idea? Or was it Morgana's idea?
No, that was An's idea, because An didn't want Yusuke to see her naked.
Yeah, but Morgana also wouldn't want Yusuke to see her naked.
You know, it was a double strat. They both worked on it together.
They had like a drawing of the floor plan.
They have life will change plays when they put on all the sweaters.
One part of her confidant that like stuck out to me, like, as a okay, so yeah, she's this is how I understand where you may have gotten kind of a tomboy, but not such a tomboy, where she is inspired by a cartoony villain, and this is like what she wants to be as a Phantom Thief and almost as a person.
That's part of why the her costume is so sexual, is because that's kind of what she wants to be. She's just embarrassed to admit it. It's like a Persona 4 thing.
In like Persona 4, you had like Naoto, and she wanted to be a detective because of her Sherlock Holmes books, and also Jetman. And then you have An, who was inspired not by like the protagonist, but like the cartoony villain.
Yes.
She's the person who wants, god damn it, just give Team Rocket Pikachu.
Right, she's that person. She's, god damn it, Team Rocket! Every episode.
They had it.
That's on.
In some pajamas with some cereal in her lap. And she extends her hand like, come on. They had it.
She lost a bet.
She lost a bet? On's
like,
dumb enough to bet on
it's
Team
like-
Rocket.
Yeah, she calls Shiho in the hospital. She's like, "You saw the episode, you win, okay." She hangs up the
Wait,
phone.
Shiho also
smiles. She's also a part of the Team Rocket betting ring.
Yeah, it is specifically Duranjo, and while you could, like, also attribute it to, like, as I said earlier, Team Rocket, Robbie-Run, any of those cartoony villains who never give up, it is specifically based on Duranjo from Yatterman, and that's why her ultimate persona looks like that weird sex thing.
And the demons attached
Yeah,
to the chains.
That is the specific character that it is referencing. As the Confidant progresses into her as a model, we get introduced to this fucking bitch who has a portrait for some reason.
Yeah, inexplicably
Yeah.
just has one. Even though Makoto's friend, who the entire Confidant is about, does not receive
And
such
Lala,
an honor.
who appears in several Confidants, and in the story, none for
Nope.
her.
Doesn't deserve one.
Undeserving. But Mika is established from the start as bad person, and you never change her.
Yeah, because she's not, like, scum upon society. She's just
Bad.
pretty,
Yeah.
unpleasant. Yeah.
And she, to be fair, she was doing something that's like, that you would probably change hearts over. Like, she was holding back other models with, like, some email scandal, but you never change her. And at the end, An's all like, "God damn it, I love how evil you are." You're just like the villains from my TV shows.
Teach me your ways, and then they do poses.
Wait, you're friends now? Sort of?
Alright, cool. Saves me a trip to Mementos.
Alright, sure. Just be villains together. Her Confidant was one of those Confidants where I couldn't define when events happened. Which is weird because it was
Me either.
Which is weird because
Me
it wasn't
either.
automatic. I deliberately made the choice to do
Right.
those things. They're just like a model suit.
Yeah, you can kind of switch them around.
Like, there are multiple phases
Yeah.
of it. Shiho's doing fine. I have dreams. I am a model. And then model stuff. That's kind of a negative, but the whole Confidant was fun, so.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was
like,
alright.
even though it was forgettable, I still like it.
I think it was boosted by the fact that An is way better than I was expecting. Like, in your head, if you think something's gonna be shit garbage, and then it's pretty alright, then in your brain, it's like, that makes all the difference with everything else relating to that character.
I gotta look up her Confidant skills because I forget what she gets you besides the general chance to force enemies to ask for less during negotiation. The fuck does that mean? When does that come into play? Like, for recruiting them?
Yeah.
I've never had to use any of those talk ones, and An gets 2 of those. I'm giving her, like, points down because of that. And finally, in the story, she after Yusuke, she kind of falls off, like many characters do. Characters get to be relevant for 2 dungeons.
Yeah, that's kind of a problem with, like, just the way Persona and a lot of RPGs in general are structured, is that they kind of have to focus on the new hotness every time a new hotness emerges. It's not like she's thrown into a corner, but she stops having those real standout, like, moments
Yeah.
for a while.
Like, Yukiko never had a moment.
The only thing I remember Yukiko doing is like, laughing, which was obnoxious every time, and then she cooks
Like-
bad.
For the plot.
Yeah, and then I think at one point she says something that, like, marginally helps in this fake investigation that they're doing.
No, she says something that helps, but it also kind of hurts her character entirely.
Yeah, that shit, where she's like, "Oh, Adachi was the one supervising the woman that got murdered." Like, you fucking dingus, why didn't you tell us at the beginning of the game?
Like, that's a good...
Thanks,
Adachi
Yukiko.
was with her right before she disappeared. Adachi was watching her.
Huh, weird. What's your favorite on moment? Because I have one. And it's very near and dear to my heart, for a number of reasons.
I just like when she asks you to talk shit about her, and then she has this like cute smile the whole time,
Mhm.
and she's just nodding like, "Yep."
Yep, I agree. My favorite on moment, this is genuinely one of my favorite moments in any Persona game, is when you're all at the beach in Hawaii, and the girls all come out and you in their swimsuits, and you think, oh god, here comes this scene, like the anime, like Japanese.
She's gonna throw like
Right.
a beach ball or
the scene where they all come out and they're attractive, and one of the guys is like, and then they go, oh my god, you pervert, and it's very funny and very epic, and we've never seen it before, right? And so Ryuji starts kind of ogling her, and she like fake gets mad and then just rubs up against him and is like, yeah, I'm hot, right? And that scene is very special to me for a number of reasons. Mostly, I think, just because it fucks with like the convention of what you expect to see.
Yeah.
That's part of why I like Persona 5 a lot, is because it fucks with a lot of those conventions that Persona 4 especially like to adhere to.
Mm-hmm.
So that's...
Persona 4 the Golden, I'd like to amend.
Right. And it makes, like, that cemented Ann's character as a character that I enjoy, because from then on, she would never ever be Ann, like, the dumb idiot who's, like, Yukari Rise hybrid. And instead is just an enjoyable, like, kind of tomboyish person that I would just want to hang out with, just because she's cool.
I also like the scene where, like, she's half joke flirting with Ryuji, and Ryuji just flat out says no. He can't see her that way.
Another good one is when you're in the hotel room with Mishima and Ryuji and yourself, and she's just in the room, and she's like, yeah, I trust you guys. Like, in any other Japanese thing, that would be a huge conundrum, like, oh, what are you guys doing in my room? This can't happen. Ah! And it would be very funny and very epic, and nobody would ever see it coming.
Well, I guess this is Ann's room now.
Yeah, I guess we're
Waka.
sleeping in the hall. Wah. It would be very funny, and instead Persona 5 is just like, who fucking cares?
Ann, you did good things for Persona writing.
You did. Honestly, she genuinely did. I think she's the best lover's character in, like, 2 games, at least.
Mm-hmm.
So good on you, Ann.
I hope you don't get fucked up.
Yeah, I hope you don't get fucked up and turn into, like, the walking white girl either.
I hope you the walking white girl. Telltale's the walking white girl.
The walking white girl. We need to give our overall Confidant rating.
Good.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, no good. No good. No plus, no minus.
Just good? Yeah, I'll agree with you. I'll give her a good plus.
Fuck you.
I'll give Ann a good plus, and I'll give the Confidant like a good minus.
That equals out to a good.